song.
Welcome everybody to the latest episode of Smac Talk. Today I've got the wonderful, the fantastic Dan Gebski with me today. Dan, thank you very much for coming on the show.
No problem. Thanks very much for the invite, and I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate that very much.
No, I definitely appreciate you coming on. I'm actually looking at the images here, and you're making me look small.
Well, put it that way, I have spent loads of times in gym in the past, so I'm 42, so I spend a lot of time in the gym. I'm not doing the gym anymore, but I'm doing a lot of exercise, different exercise, cycling, and trying to lose a little bit.
Yeah, oh, you've got that Polish gene. You just get bigger easier than us.
Polish genes, yeah.
You've got that gift.
Believe or not, if you didn't know I'm Polish, would you call me a Polish? Because tell you what, in this country, I've been called Russian about 100 times.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. People probably from Ireland, they think, someone as big as a Russian, maybe because they watched Rocky 4. Rocky 4, Sylvester Stallone was Ivan Dragon, and they think, everybody big as Russian. I remember in the first job in Newry in 2005, I worked for the company, and then the first lunch break, we went to the boys we worked with, they asked the question, it was me and another friend from Poland, are you from Russia? I says, no, we are from Poland. I thought we only know Russia. I says, do you know even where the Russia is? I asked. I think it's somewhere outside Ireland anyway. So,
That's the same as everyone over here. As soon as you go to the east, the further east you go, you sort of start losing where everyone is. If you're not Spanish or French, we're lost, unfortunately. And that's what you're here to talk about. Yeah,
I'm actually here to talk about a very important topic for myself, and probably be beneficial to you and the listeners as well, about diversity. I am trying since, I would say, 3-4 years, in a good way, develop this topic of diversity and shown in the social media and media that diversity matters. Believe it or not, for myself, I think diversity is a beauty. It is a beauty, really, because yourself. Newry, for example, is for me diversity. There's loads of beautiful people and good people I met from different countries, and I think they contribute to this life. So what I'm trying to do is, I was always passionate about diversity, by the way, right?
Okay.
And I read about lots of books about diversity and why is it matter. So diversity matters in every way. So I'm not being funny now. It matters in love, and relationships, and businesses, and politics, everywhere. Without diversity, the world would not exist.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
No, 100%.
The world would not exist at all, because, for example, just give you an example, right? I'll be example of the relationship with diversity, because I'm married to a girl from Newry, right? Ashley, and we have 2 beautiful children. So it is a diversity, you can say, and I would never think, we are together over 10 years, and I would never I never thought I was going to be married to somebody from this country. When I came to Newry first time.
So you probably didn't even know where
nobody would like to see a big Russian foreigner, But it happened, and I'm glad it happened, and I learned a lot. Understand? So at the start, I thought there was lots of differences between me and Ashley, and between me and people in Europe. But after that, I would say 1 year, there's no difference. We are all the same. We are really all the same. We bring the same,
when you mean the same, what do you mean? Everyone's core values are the same, as in everyone wants to be kind and everyone wants to be that sort of stuff.
I mean, the majority of people have the same aim in life. Do you understand? That's what I'm saying. And the color, religion, all the shit, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we all not going to fly. We all going to go down down the hole, as they say. So it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, everybody is unique. That's, for example, do you understand? Doesn't matter who you are. You're black, white, yellow, whatever you are. You're gay or straight. As long as you're a good person, that's what matters to me. If you're a bad egg, see it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a, if you know
Mhm.
what I mean. So that's why I was passionate. I am passionate about diversity. For the reason is we are here. We Polish. I'm speaking on behalf of Polish people, and we are here since 2004, right? So 2004.
What do you mean, Polish people in 2004? Is that when the sort
Enter,
of first
enter,
immigration came
enter
over?
EU, yeah, enter EU in May 2004. I was in September in Lurgan, so you can imagine Lurgan was
God love you in Lurgan.
quite tough. Yes, I remember the first day when I arrived in Lurgan. We arrived actually late night. I got up in the morning, and then I went outside. See those cars burned, army on the on the street. I rang my mother. I said, "Mom, I think."
And what age were you back then?
Well, I'm 42. Today is 16. I was over 25. So I says, "Mom, there's a war here.
Yeah.
I need to get the, fact back
Yeah.
home." But then, assimilation was okay. Didn't like Lurgan. I ended in Nure in 2 years' time. Actually, it was 1 year and a half. And Nure is brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Good people. We're on the border here. I have no problem. But there is one problem which I would like to talk is diversity, because we could talk about diversity, why it's matter for another 2-3 hours, but we have no time. But I would say there is really no concept about diversity around Newry and Ireland and Northern Ireland. I can see it, I give you an example, right, Sean? So we had those all communities, minorities here,
Mm-hmm.
The biggest minority is Polish, I don't know, 2010 it was over 4,000 Newry and more. Now it probably is bigger, smaller, I don't know. I have no clue, no clue. I'm not in numbers, but I'm here in Newry over 16 years, and I don't even know one person from Ireland who would answer this question. What's the capital of Poland?
I would say I've been to Krakow, so I won't say Krakow, but is it Warsaw?
Very good, man.
Is it Warsaw?
You're the first man. Whoa, boy. The winner is Sean. See, when I asked this question,
Have you got a prize for me? No.
I have a prize for you. This is your prize. So I'm going to give you this, and I want you to put it over your shoulders, because I had the Irish flag over my shoulders thousands of times.
Oh, thank you very
This
much.
is a Polish flag.
Thank you very much.
Well, all right. So
What was it? White and red, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh.
So now
I
you're
think that looks good on me.
now you're polished. Then now you're polished. The Polish passport will be sent down. Just have to ring somebody from Dundalk is going to make it for you.
Well, thank you very much.
No bar.
I really appreciate that.
No, so I'll tell you this. What is frustrating for me is I had this designed this presentation on breaking diversity barriers, building community bridges, which I went through those community in Newry, community centers in Newry. I was actually in Kells as well, down south, and one of the community centers as well. And I asked this question. Nobody answered this question, and that was very frustrating, because before that, I probably should ask you: do you have any Polish friends? Do you know any Polish friends? Probably you do.
Have I any Polish friends?
No, you don't.
No, I would have Polish friends. Yeah.
Yeah, so
friends.
probably you probably would
And whenever
be curious what is
I've
the
been
capital.
to Poland before, so whenever I was there, I was
All
like,
right.
when I was in Krakow, I thought like, this is the capital, and people then informed me, no, because I was the same. I didn't know. I would have presumed Krakow was.
What do you think about Krakow?
Amazing, unbelievable city.
Where were
we
you?
went for a wedding.
Oh boy,
We went for a
straight vodka, yeah.
We
was
went
it?
for a Polish wedding, and I mean,
2
talk
days?
about doing it right. Yeah. Well, we stayed there for, maybe we were there for 3 or 4 days, but yeah, they had the wedding, do the pre-day before. Isn't that how it's done?
Yeah.
So you have the day before, and then you have the actual day of the wedding, and
And there's second day, third day sometimes as well.
I was not fit for that third day.
I believe it.
That's like, it was such a beautiful city, and we went in the summertime, and the weather was nice, and we were right in the main square and
What year was it?
that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So before, but the madness started.
Yeah, before you know what. So it was unbelievable. And the thing I loved so much about it was the wedding didn't start to, I think it was like 4 or 5 in the evening, in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So all day, everyone went to the square, and the men
Plenty
would drink.
food, wasn't it?
Oh,
But
I've
3,
never
4
seen
hot.
as much food in my life. Because Irish weddings, I'm not even joking, I would actually personally rather have, even if I didn't marry in Poland, would rather a Polish wedding, because for some reason over here you get a big plate of spuds, meat and gravy, and you feel disgusting. You're not fit for the drink then. Whereas in Poland it was all day, wee bits of food here, wee bits of food there, and then a big buffet at the end of the night.
Pity you didn't say it to my wife because I was getting married in Carrick Day Hotel, you know. It was
Oh no,
very expensive. But it was good. I liked it, you know.
Yeah.
The Polish family came over, was good, was very good.
Mm.
So you know yourself, like, you know, there's lots of Polish people here, lots of foreign nationals, and what is frustrating, I use that frustrating word too much, be the last time I'm going to use it, is that nobody does nothing about this diversity. So we have these all community groups around Europe, right? In Ireland, right? Polonia group, those all groups, you know, they show on their culture. It is okay. It is okay with me. I like that.
Yeah.
But if you have this group, right, and they inviting the people from Ireland to see what is Poland about and do this presentation on cooking those Polish sausages or whatever, it is okay for one meeting. But what then? You know, if you're talking about yourself all the time, if you had the podcast, Sean, and you say, "Hello, Sean, my name is Sean. I do that. I do this. I do that." What about yourself? But I do this. I do that. I do that. People after 2 podcasts say,
well, that's what I always say is like, no one listens to this. I let my guests speak. You know, I let everyone else speak more than I speak.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so
it's the same thing. You want it whenever you go to these things. You want to learn more about their culture, but it needs to go both ways.
That's what I'm saying. So if I went to see your culture, if you say that Besbrook Newry group, right, and you invited me as a Paul to see what we are about, what was Irish culture, what is then. If I seen this, right, and I said, right, okay, I love that, and I see that again, and I eat your food again, Irish stew again, and Guinness again, and Guinness again, and I would say it's boring, you know what I mean? So the recovery on this is people have to start work together. And this is what this is. I'm going to amaze you on that. There's not even one person I know, and I'm here quite long, from foreign country that is involved in any community center, officially involved in any community center in Newry and Mourne. Maybe, I don't know about Ireland, I can't speak about that, but I, as far as I'm aware, there's none. There's one girl I know, Domi, you had her on your podcast. She does a lot of good things, and she's a star. But you know, she's probably the same as myself. You know, she wants to embrace that, you know, diversity. But at the end of the day, you have your own family or whatever, you know. And I think she's helping in the meadow there, community center or whatever, and she does amazing. But there's nobody officially who really, you know, had a group, whatever, you know. So this is what it is, you know. There's ignorance on both sides. There's ignorance on our side, and there's ignorance on your side. I tell you why. In my eyes, it is very simple. Simple as this. People don't care. Do you know that saying? I learned that saying here. I keep myself to myself. Like, what's that supposed to mean? I never understood that. What's that supposed to mean? Well, I keep myself to myself, so I don't show my business, you know, man. At the end of the day, you know, we need to start work together, because if you work together with somebody, right, from different countries, so I was mentioning diversity matters a lot for me. If you have a business, right, you run the business, successful business, and something goes wrong. Now, if you have 5 managers working for you, and they are from Newry, from the same area, right, and you have a problem to solve, they will more likely, as I say, more likely, because everybody's unique, they're going to think in the same way, right? But if you have, you know, manager team, 2 lads from Besbrook, 1 lad from South Africa, another lad from Poland, and then 1 lad from Dublin, that'll be a different night. Yeah. There'll be different ideas popping out, because everybody comes from different backgrounds, you know. You're going to think about even, you know, differently. And that's what matters. Thinking differently sometimes is good. Do you understand?
Well, especially in this country, because it feels like, from being from Northern Ireland, living here my whole life, we've been stuck in this tunnel, you know, and it would be nice to have a different approach from, you know, different cultures and see how they do things, because I think every culture could take a wee bit of something else. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They could take a wee bit of something else and improve whatever it is that they're doing at the moment. I talked to Dominika about in Poland within the last 5 years they actually got rid of, was it military service?
Yes, that's right.
Military service. And I personally thought, you know, growing up, you know, what a horrible idea. But the more and more I started, you know, come around of it and how it gives you discipline and trains your mind, trains you and stuff like that, maybe not the worst idea in the world.
It's not the worst idea. I think, you know, people were, if you're a young lad, right, you're 18, that was important. You were 18, they were chasing you to go to army. Do you understand? Not everyone's designed to be an army officer.
No, I know,
You
yeah.
understand? Not everyone is designed to the guns. Let the people who loves to be an army. Don't, well, if it's a war, then you have to go. It would be nice if you help, to defend your borders. But if you don't, just, So I think that I think that was a good idea because they were chasing.
No, don't get me wrong. I don't think you should force someone to go to it. But even here, like,
it was forced there in Poland.
Yeah, it was forced back then. But even here, like, if you want to join, say you're a nationalist and you want to join the Irish Army, it is quite difficult. It's not as easy as you sign the papers and away you go as it would be in some other countries. And I think that's a big limit because whenever you talk about, military service over here, it's all very oh, you're going to join. It's almost looked down upon, like not a good thing, or like, are you crazy, like sort of idea. But I liked how it seems to be done in Poland with quite a bit of pride.
Yeah, it was done, and I think it done over because lots of suicide, lots of things happen, bad things happens. Some people went to army, they were quiet, they were sitting in the room playing the games. They went in the army and 18, and they come back, animals, like different mindset, So I say not everything is for everybody.
No, yeah, of course.
But diversity fucking is for everybody.
Yeah,
and I urge everybody to get involved.
So, see, whenever you talked about you go to these events and say it's like a Polish event and you go to the same thing over and over and over again. What would it be that you would like to see in these events?
I would like to see somebody to say and involve somebody from the community groups and say, can we maybe do something together? Maybe design some program that we can go to people outside and do something more. The meetings I've been invited to is a good. I'm not saying the Christmas, Polish Christmas. I was in a group in Europe, Polonia, which is not active anymore, and we're doing a Christmas for children. But that was it. The people went, the papers were in, the photo was taken, boom. Yeah. Everybody forgot about it. So when I was asking people, the local people, what did you remember after that? Oh, I love the cake.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the sausage. Polish sausage was great. Oh, beer, oh, lovely.
I love hearing Yuri accent.
What? Yeah. New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, someone say that. My wife, actually. I wouldn't like to have a New York accent.
No, God love you. You sounded like us.
Awful. Don't like it, New York accent. Anyway, I love New York people, don't like New York accent. But what I'm going to say is, so I would like to see people work together, help each other, do you understand? Because when the community stands, during the pandemic, you can see the people over standing, and I like that. That's why I like Newry, I think Newry is a very diverse city, I'm involved in project, do you know Newry.ie?
Yep.
I work in conjunction with Columba O'Hara. And we have this project, Diversity, and then we conducting 6 interviews. I don't know, 4 already. That'll be 4th interview be going out today, I think, or this weekend in a way. And then there's another 2 to go. So we have 6 different individuals from different countries, and they're talking about Newry. They're talking about Newry, about their life. How did they get here? What's the differences between, there and here? What would they improve? And this is the good question, actually, what would you improve in Newry?
Oh, how long have we got?
Just one thing.
If we could improve something in Newry, and I'm not going to take the easy option here and say diversity because that's what you're here to talk about. Yeah. But if I could improve something in Newry, I guess it would be, I would like to see more of a community effort to try and make Newry a better place, I suppose, because you see a lot of stuff on like the Gavin Malone page about just simple things that people do that just brings the standard of the place down, leaving rubbish out and stuff like that. So stuff like that I would like to see. I guess
I had an interview with Gavin when he was elected, and tell you the truth, he's amazing.
Yeah. Oh well,
big credit.
He might be sitting there very, very soon. So
big credit for him. 2 days after he was elected, he was in my house. We had the interview from Zurich. A great man, and to be honest with you, he has heart. He's getting hard because
that's what you need from your councillors.
He's getting a hard. What I mean by this is he's on his own.
Yes.
Understand? And then one person, well, he's not gonna change. He's no power. You understand? But the only thing is, it starts from one. So we need in the future 2 councillors like him. Yeah. And once you get 2 mindset the same as him, and I would prefer them independent councillors because, to be honest with you, if you join the political parties, you have to talk.
Yeah, you have. If you think something, you might have to put it aside based on what they think.
It's not me. It's the we. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
If you're independent, you can speak up whatever you like. Mm-hmm. And I think he does a lot of good things for community, and I prize them always. And I haven't talked to him for a wee while, but I see him busy. I hope he's not going to burn his batteries because he's up and running all the time. But he is a great man, and he actually he helped lots of people I know from Poland.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention the situation, but when I rang him, he was always helpful.
Well, I know. Even there was good coverage on it during the week. There, the family that came over from was it Syria?
What happened there? I heard. Actually, you see, I lived in Carlingford Park, and I left Carlingford. We sold the house in Carlingford Park. We don't live in Carlingford Park anymore. And I heard that situation happened.
Yeah. So I think the story was basically, we just had a couple of thugs. So that's what they are. Decided they were going to pick on this family that were living in this house from the Syrian refugees, basically being put up in the area. And fantastic work done by the people in the area, to get them homed and housed and look after and stuff. But just that's what I meant when you asked me what I could improve in Uri. Just get rid of that 1 or 2% that just drags the standard down. They just targeted them. They're throwing stones to their house. They made them feel unsafe. But credit to the community of Newry again, as you said, they all came around. They all looked after the family, and then it was people like Gavin and other councillors that made sure then people were looked after.
It seems to be Newry is good.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say about different cities here. Like there's lots of how is North like. North is.
Mm-hmm.
Wishy-washy, if you know what I mean. Politics are very strange, and there's lots of tensions, community tensions,
mm-hmm.
But the Newry seems to be switched on and very good, I would say, this is the way it should be. Like Gavin Malone, just going to come back to this Gavin Malone. I'm not really following the other councillors, there is a party, Sinn Féin, LDLP and all. They do something probably too for the community. I know some people from Sinn Féin. They're not the councillors, but I know people who are in Sinn Féin, and they're very helpful. They help me as well. I haven't been touching SDLP that much, to be honest with you. But I would say there's lots of positive thing. What if I had improved something in Newry? I'll probably see what you say the same. You say you just nailed that very well. The community. There's a beautiful community in Europe, and it proved many of times they can work together. So why not doing this voluntary in the spare time and do this? Help people on doing this all the time, not when the trouble comes to your door. This is what I'm saying.
This is something I've come to understand over the last year, especially with the likes of like the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's no longer good enough to sit there and say, well, I don't do that. It's all about now preventing it from happening, preventative measures, and sort of nipping it in the head really before it even sort of manifests. So for example, if you see a load of young ones that look like they could cause trouble, say something to them. Do you know what I mean? Don't let the rock hit the window. Do you know what I mean? Step in before, and it's. I think the people in Newry, not even Newry, I think just everyone in the world is slowly starting to come up with speed now. It's like if you're not preventing it, you're probably just as bad by allowing it to happen.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. If you go on, it's just like if you go and do if you do something, if you're going to steal something, right, and someone is watch out for you, if you're going to cut, you're both getting done. It's the same thing. Do you understand? So people, what I meant is. Get involved is a bigger is like umbrella, like getting involved. I don't mean we have to go and sign for a community center or whatever, but getting involved is be more aware of what's going on. Who is your neighbor? Man, say hello. If it's foreigner, right, find out what he's about. At the end of the day, I would like to see who is living beside me. You know what I mean? Just get involved yourself, and well, some people, but there's another problem: a language, language barrier. You understand? So people don't speak lots of English. So in my eyes, the language should be improved big time. See all those countries coming here. They should have the council should actually fly in the flyers all the time and get a free language. For the reason is, there's some good families coming here, right? And they don't have English at all. Zero, completely zero. And they're working maybe for 10 years. I know those people. And now, not yet again, I don't agree with this now, because when I speak to somebody I know, and they tell me, oh, well, I can't go. Would you ring this office for me and whatever? I says, but you're daily here.
Yeah.
I came here. My English wasn't good either, like, but I made that effort.
And
like,
how did you learn them?
Well, I had like books, and then when I get I got a job, and so my dream was when I came to this country, my English was very poor. Even I had English in school, but my dream was work in security. I was always doing security, my physics. So I says, use that Polish physics, and do the security, and I got the job. Through the agency and DOMS in Europe. And then I started to brush up my language then, and then, my dash, whatever, got a better job in the Warren Port. I was port control officer for many of years, doing a VHF radio. So I brushed this language and then started to read. So I got involved.
Yeah. So you learned by getting involved.
I'm meeting people. Getting involved is meeting people, have a beer with them, listen to what they're saying. That's the crack, I was listening about the problems. I listened, and that's why I'm trying to tell you, we are all the same problems. The health issues, whatever. It's all the same. The mental issues. So that's what I want to talk about this as well. Just gonna add, I wouldn't like to talk about mental health now because it's a deep topic, and I would like to talk again, if you don't mind, with you about this. But regarding diversity, there's no help for foreigners. I tell you now, I had a deep depression and anxiety in 2010.
Okay.
Lots of things happened, there, and then I was on my own. I was on my own. I had no lango, Baba, good, yeah. I couldn't do nothing about it. You understand? So I rang Paul, and I got some fella from Belfast, some Polish fella from Belfast. He was a psychologist or whatever. He tried to help me anyway. I helped myself, but I was lucky because I met good people. But until today, there's no help. There's organizations here, maybe they helping people, like PIPS or I don't know. There's lots of organizations, you can ring. But if you speak Polish, what? You go to the doctor. What doctor is going to get? What doctor is going to help you with?
Yeah.
I've been in doctor. They give you a prescription and see you later, man. They say tablets is not the answer now. We live in this holistic, way, which I prefer. So I think that should improve too. What do you think about that? Because this is big. This is deep.
It's hard because I think a big part of depression and stuff that comes in, and again, we're not going to get overly into this.
Yeah.
But a big part of it is loneliness. As you said, and there's nothing lonelier than I can only imagine how tough it was for you not really being able to speak the language and communicate with people. Such a basic thing. You could really, really want to go talk to someone, but if they don't understand what you're saying, it's something that I've never thought about because, thankfully everyone speaks the same language as me, I've sort of stayed here.
Imagine this. The first thing that people encourage you, even you can see those adverts wherever, even during that pandemic, you can see, and you have to speak up. How could you speak up, even if you local fella, right, or person, right? If you have a problem, you're not going to go to your ma. If you're a big man, 40 or 30, you big muscles, you're not going to run to your ma and say, ma, I have a problem, like, because you must, because you can say, ma. You're not going to go to your friends, because they'll just say, actually, wise up, drink, get the drink or sniff something there, in your nose, and that'll be all right for you, you're not going to go there. So there's difficulty there. What about the foreigners? They have the same difficulty, plus they have nobody.
Yeah.
They have nobody here around, plus they don't speak English. So that thing...
But then again, does that come back to as I was saying earlier, don't let it get that far, the preventive measures before, and obviously this is where your frustration comes in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why, because people they're not involved. There's ignorance, do you understand? There's not even one person you can ring in Uri and say, look, I have a problem here.
Yeah.
Mental problem. I'm from Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Poland. Who's going to help you?
Yeah.
Nobody. What a GP? GP, then translator or interpreter is over the phone. They're gonna translate it to you. You get a prescription and see
some tablets. See
you in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So those things, not gonna go deeper in that. But I would like to do this. And it is achievable. Yeah. Those all things I'm talking about they're achievable.
Well, you said something very positive to me before this podcast, and it wasn't that I want to come on here and complain and say this is terrible, that is terrible, and it was really refreshing to hear because what you did say was, I want to figure out how we can make this better.
Yeah.
Focus on that, which
Yeah.
is in 2020. What year is it? 2021. Oh my god, it's 2021.
Yeah.
It's really refreshing to hear.
Yeah.
Really refreshing, because at the minute it just feels like there's just like, I don't even mean this because the mountains are on fire. There's just flames. Everyone's bringing up these new flames, and it's all issue after issue after issue. Give me a solution.
The solution is already said. Start to work together and be aware what's happening around you and get involved. Get involved. Get involved. Whatever it is, get involved.
Yeah.
Start to talk. Start. If something. There's a saying, you can nip something in the
Nip it in the bud. Yeah.
in the bud. That's what you have to do. I like that saying, because if you do that, there's no problem. So basically, if you hear somebody drinks there in the park, and it happened before, people let that to happen.
Yeah.
So I remember that. Those gangs were sitting and the trousers down and children running. The people let that happen. People, because you know what? People like controversy.
Yeah.
People love that
People
to
would rather
happen.
complain. Yeah.
Yeah. That could be solved in one meeting. But it wasn't solved. They want to let it go. Facebook was booming.
Yeah.
I always think it was happen. But we could prevent that. We can prevent that. They have, I'm not going to say this is council or whatever. Maybe it is council. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know who is in charge, and I don't really care. But there's nothing. There's something bigger than council. A people, a community. We have a great community here. There's great people in Europe, and we can make this diversity, even bigger. And see, once people get involved from different countries, then remember that if you have a problem, right? If you live in somewhere abroad, right, and you're a student, for example, you're going somewhere for placement, right, for 1 year, and you're in France. You live in a room with French person, Irish, Polish, German, Belgium, right? And they all get problems, right? The people from Belgium are going to come to help them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You have more people on your side, and more unique people on your side, and that's what you asked me how to solve the problem. To solve the problem is people are narrow thinking here. We're thinking in one way. Like, for example, talking about diversity, right? I'm not saying there's few people I know under diversity here in council. They are very good people. I'm not going to mention the names, but majority of people who are responsible for diversity, they haven't even left the border of Europe. No. How can you talk about diversity or art, for example, or diversity or about travel if you never traveled?
Yeah,
you can't be in charge of something you have no idea. If I invited you to talk about I don't know. If I invited you talk about UFC fighting, I never fight in UFC. Do you understand? I have no idea about it, So people, maybe some people should maybe step down, and we should concentrate on that. I think diversity is going to help this world. Diversity is bringing this all up. I just love diversity.
Well, it's funny you say, because I'm not going for my rudeness here. It's something that I find very strange in politics that they do, because they just associate a person with, like a title. So like the Minister of Health. Have you ever seen the Minister of Health from Northern Ireland?
I don't know who that is even.
I'm going to show you.
I don't follow politics anymore. I only heard Arlene Foster was she's resigning, and you predicted you're a fortune teller now, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking bookings, fortunately.
I'm telling you, that's another future.
Well, there's our Department of Health Minister now. Not the healthiest man I've ever seen in my life.
Rob. Oh, yeah.
Robin Swan. Robin
Yeah.
Swan. So, is he the healthiest man I've ever seen in my life?
No, I don't know.
I just
don't like his accent. His accent's terrible.
Oh, well, here, it's a country full of terrible accents.
I know probably people don't like my accent either. Anyway, but
no, I love the Polish accent.
All right.
I wouldn't like to bump into you when you were in the doors back in the day. That would have been
actually
scary.
Believe it or not, I'm coming night. I'm gonna work this weekend, just for one night.
One night only.
7 hours, I think it is, in one pub.
So I take it you're not looking forward to the pubs opening again?
Yeah, well, we'll see how busy it's going to be. Doing security, I actually semi-retired last year, and I come out again because my license is due 2023, so still do whatever suits me, not nice.
No,
lots of abuse.
I can imagine.
do you know who my dad is? You
Yeah.
know? Or, you know who's going to be tomorrow? We're going to shoot you tomorrow. You know, that kind. I got that many of times, you know, threats.
What do you do to those boys?
Well, nothing. This is laugh.
Just
Laugh. Nobody. I have never, ever, I was threatened loads of times, but never, ever had gotten in trouble. Like,
No?
I was hit a couple of times, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then nobody really chased me, like, you know.
Wouldn't
Now
it?
it's different. Like, you have a license, you're more talker. Like, you need
Yeah.
to talk more, you know.
Yeah.
But there are loads of things seen. I've seen a loads of things. I'm not going to say on this podcast, but
Oh, you can tell me one.
I know. Well, what can I tell you?
Legally.
What was there's lots of bad things, like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I
can't-
should leave it. You might get in
I
trouble.
can't say. I can't really say, but it was really, really bad. Really bad. You
Yeah,
know.
I can.
I've seen a lots of things as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I can
So
imagine.
lots of fights, lots of, you know. But tell you what, this is the one I would just tell. Lots of experience I have. I am actually in the door over 20 years. But do you know who's the most dangerous? Dangerous? Did I say that
Dangerous,
right?
yeah.
Dangerous customer
I feel-
on the way out.
on the way out.
Yeah. See, majority of troubles during the door starts at the start
Mm-hmm.
and at the end.
Right. Okay.
Because if you're pushing people out, then,
Yeah.
you know, as
You want to go home? And,
yeah, someone's eating cheap, you know, that, you know, so, but who is the most dangerous customer?
I don't know. Probably one with a drink in their hand. I don't know.
Who is this?
One with a drink in their hand, a glass in their hand.
Now, the most dangerous, actually, customers, drunk
Mm-hmm.
customers, are females.
Really?
Females, yeah, because I've noticed that females are dangerous because if they drunk,
Mm-hmm.
they tricked very quick,
Okay.
and you need to be careful how you talk to the female. You know, I have to be careful how I talk to my wife. You know,
Yeah.
or whatever, someone's girlfriend. You know, you need to be careful because they're very gentle souls. But when they have a drink on them, they're very gentle, and they can trick fight in 2 seconds.
Right. Okay.
So, for example, if you say something wrong, they don't trick that. They trick the person, the man, the man with them.
Oh, I've seen that
Very easy.
before. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, if you say something wrong, they don't like it.
Hmm.
They wind up the man or
Yeah.
husbands or boyfriends or a group of people, and there's the fight starts.
Yeah.
You know, so I know that if you need to be gentle to work the door. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's not the nice. It's not the nice.
Mhm.
It's not the nicest, but lots of diversity in the doors was.
Oh, I would imagine.
I've seen
so.
loads of
Mhm.
things, good things, bad things as well. Loads of fights. I've seen the female fighting. You know, the most nasties. You know,
Uh-huh.
fights. You know, I've seen loads of things.
Loads of crazy stuff in the doors. I can
Loads-
only imagine.
loads
I'm
of
sure you're
crazy.
glad not. Well, you're doing a one night only.
I don't know. Maybe few. You know, I do. Maybe few nights we see how madness it is, but
Mm-hmm.
it was a part of my life. You understand? But I want to. I was hoping to close that book. You know.
Yeah.
But if it does a license still, I probably be keeping going maybe, and then I'm hopefully going to close in this book. You know, really.
Yeah. Will
That's
you
what
be looking forward to drink yourself this weekend?
I don't drink.
You don't
anymore.
drink?
I drink just red wine.
Just right.
Yeah, I
That's
drink.
still alcohol.
Well, you got me there. I drink just red wine, few glasses, and pint of Guinness. I would take
Yeah.
the other time. But see, there was vodka, there was sessions. No,
Yeah.
I'm too old for that.
That was the
40.
thing at the
Do you drink?
Do I drink? I'm 23. This is the prime drink. No, I'll be out this weekend. It sounds crazier than what it will be. I'll be drinking Friday night after football, Saturday night with girlfriend, Sunday. And you're all watching this, by the way, on Sunday. I'll probably be out as well. So have to make the most of it.
Where you going Saturday night?
Saturday will be daytime, so it'll be Warm Point.
Oh,
It'll be Warm Point, and then Newry. Hopefully, I'll end up in the bank if anyone wants to come and say hello.
on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah,
Mm.
and Sunday. So here's hoping. I imagine it's going to be very, very busy though. So
Right. You were saying that you have had Polish friends.
yes,
Do you know the Polish words?
I do know some Polish words, and you sent me some before, and I didn't look at it because I
Yeah,
wanted.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look at it. We're gonna.
Yeah. So
So
I remember because whenever the Euros was on, Poland and Ukraine were hosting. Is that right?
yeah.
So when the Euros were on, and I remember listening to the radio, and a couple of the people on RT, Ireland were actually going to that one. So we took notion to we'll learn a bit of the language. I think Is it Johnny Mash?
Jak się masz?
Jean Shamash?
Jak się masz?
Yeah. So I don't know any. Jack Shamash.
Jak
Yak.
się masz?
Yak Shamash.
What does that mean?
Is that how are you?
Good man. Yeah, you're good.
And then there's Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry, yes.
I don't know what that means though. It's like it's a greeting, isn't
Good
it?
morning.
It's
Good morning.
yeah.
Good morning.
It's good morning.
Oh,
And
you're
then-
good. You're good. You're good.
And then that's it.
That's okay. So go through this, and we're gonna go back on diversity. Just gonna
Uh-huh.
have one thing to say after that as well. Right. So yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon is dzień dobry, right?
Uh-huh.
What about right? So repeat them all. Hello, hi. Do you know how that is?
No.
Cześć.
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 Cześć, jak się masz?
Cześć, Dzień masz.
Do you remember Borat? Hi. Cześć, jak się masz? My name is Borat. So that's what it is. Good evening is dobry wieczór.
Oh God. Dobry wieczór.
Oh, yeah, accent like Borat, but you speaking like Borat.
Like a motorbike.
Yeah. Good night is dobranoc.
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 Right. I'm sorry, or excuse me, is przepraszam.
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 Przepraszam. Przepraszam.
Przepraszam.
Przepraszam.
Przepraszam.
Very good, very good. Thank you is dziękuję.
Dziękuję. I think I've
That's
heard
good,
that
that's
before.
good, yeah. Please is proszę.
Proszę.
Yeah. Yes is tak.
Tak.
No is nie.
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 Nie. How are you? You were saying that?
Dzień dobry.
Jak się masz? Yeah.
Jak się masz?
Jak się masz? Dobrze, dobrze. I'm fine. That's a hard one. W porządku.
What?
W porządku. W porządku.
W porządku.
You're good. You're good. You're very Polish. You're a Polish flag. You Polish passport. You Polish passport on the way. You're good now.
I just need to get them jeans now and it'll get the weights moving.
Yeah. You watch UFC, yeah?
Yeah, I've watched
John
a bit of this.
Blachowicz,
Oh, monster.
main man,
He's a monster.
and he's a nice lad.
Really?
He's not the one of those cocky,
Oh, yeah.
fucking McGregor. Yeah.
McGregor.
Do you like him? He's
No.
all right.
And you know, have you ever heard the saying, he's not a bad lad?
I wouldn't say he is a bad lad, but I would say he's a cocky lad.
He's a cocky weak prick.
Yeah, but I would respect him for what
Uh-huh.
he done to the sport.
Yeah, no,
Simple like
definitely.
that. I won't be jealous about him because he done it.
Yeah,
Simple.
yeah.
Some fucking
If you're
different.
going to talk that much, you have to do it.
Fucking he done it, but
You need to do
he
it.
knows what he's talking about, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Definitely he does. Right, so I don't understand. This is the good way. I don't understand. Nie rozumiem.
Nie rozumiem.
Nie rozumiem. You don't understand. And then you can say it to your girlfriend tomorrow. I love you. So it's kocham cię.
Kocham cię.
Kocham cię.
Kocham cię.
Kocham cię. So just to back a little bit on this diversity, because this was the main thing I want to talk today.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you why it's worth it to get involved, right?
So whenever, I want to sort of pull back. Whenever you say get involved, and it's easy to say, you know,
Yeah.
go get involved and go to these like events
Yeah.
and stuff like that there. Get involved can be as easy as making the effort with a neighbour
Yeah.
or stuff like that. It doesn't have to be some grand gesture, I suppose.
Yeah, you don't have to. You know, get involved for me is to open your awareness, open your eyes, what's going around you. Don't keep yourself to yourself, because at the end of the day, if you are here, you live in here, you stay in here, just do something about it. Understand? Because at the end of the day, this is life. Life is not the roses all the time.
Yeah.
The things happen. Like if this is what pisses me off sometimes. You know, loads of foreigners, for example, if they get problems at workplace or whatever the problems, and discrimination. They live in here for fucking 5-7 years. They know English, of English, and if something happens to them, they are going this line. I don't like that now. You know, because if you involve, so for example, if something happens to you, you know who you ring or who you contact. There's contacts. There's people who are here for 16, 17 years, like myself. They can help you. They understand. That's what I'm saying. Get involved with, you know, just open awareness, you know. If there's any meetings there, community meetings is for free with children, bring your children around, you know.
Yeah.
There's lots of things happening, like, you know, not now is,
No.
you know, but
No, it's not a good example. But
now is not a good example, but we're gonna bounce back. I think we're gonna bounce back.
something I find really interesting is, and I was meant to ask you this at the start, whenever people come over from different countries, and I've realized this because my job lately, I've been looking at a load of names and stuff like that. A lot of people change their names and come to other countries.
I was thinking about that too.
And I think it's very strange because I would never ever change my name if I went to a different country. So I think if I was to go to say like Asia or something, Joe, or like Sean, it's probably not even a noise they'd make over there, I don't know, or a name they'd recognize. But I'd feel like it's your identity. Do you know what I mean?
Suppose you're right. For a man, it is. For a female, it's not, because if a female get married, they change the names.
Yeah, they change the surname.
Not all of them, of course, but my wife has 2 names. Like, she's Maxine Gebska. Because for women is A.
Okay.
For men are Ski.
Okay.
So it's different, But I was thinking to change my surname, because I'm allowed to apply for Irish passport. Now I can't apply because of that pandemic, but they're going to reopen it again. Whenever you're married to somebody over 3 years, you can apply automatically for Irish passport. That's what happens next. I was thinking to change to Murphy.
Murphy? No, there's enough Murphys in Ireland.
I drank at one point in Molly's. There's a pub called Molly's, and I says, I am changing my surname to Murphy's. And the owner says, Mr. Murphy, pint for you. So that was silly. Like, I had that thought to do it.
Really?
It's very easy to do it. Very easy to do it.
Oh, I would imagine it is, but no, please don't. There's enough Murphys. There's enough Murphys in Ireland.
But the problem is my surname.
What is
you were asking me before how you pronounce my surname. See, when I went to the GP first time I went to GP in Warren Point, and then I see on the screen my name popped, my surname popped, the Gebski, right? But I didn't know what I was supposed to do, because first time. And this doctor came out and he goes, Daniel Gebskaya. So, it's very hard to say.
Yeah.
Very hard to say.
It doesn't bother you that people mispronounce it, does it?
Not anymore. There's lots of things that don't bother me anymore. I was called foreigner, fat foreigner,
I can
big
be called a lot worse.
Foreigner. Didn't like that.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it still.
Well, no one should be calling anyone those things.
Well, I had a couple of incidents actually last year that someone called me over the phone foreigner. This foreigner wants to talk to you, and then when I came, he was very nice, and I challenged them because I says, look, don't call me a foreigner. Like, my name is Dan or Daniel. What's your name? John, whatever, Jim, just talk. Don't. I don't tolerate bullshit sometimes. There's a line, but I would like to see this improving, and I think this is and you say something very nice today, and this is gold ticket for this as well. You mentioned that, and I'm going to mention that too. This is the biggest recovery of it, starting from youth. Educate people how to play this game. You understand? The only generation can take this forward is the young people.
Yeah, I've been actually preaching that a lot lately on the podcast.
Only young people can take that forward.
Realistically, there's a generation that, it's sad to say, but it's gone. It's past now, and it's unfortunate. But I do think, and I was talking to Kevin the other week here, who's a journalist, and he was saying,
Kevin McAteer, good lad.
Yes, really good lad. He was saying, this next generation is going to be massive for not even just Ireland, worldwide. A lot of the movements that are happening. Yeah. And it's an exciting time, but it's not the time to take the foot off the gas, really. But
there'll be resistance for them.
Well, there's resistance to everything.
Yeah, but there'll be resistance for them because the old generation, the old sharks, they don't like changes.
Yeah.
That's why things don't move. That's why I told you we are sitting here 16 years and nothing moved forward. Albert Basin Park, there's no park in Europe, you know that, don't you?
Oh yeah, I know that. I've never been.
There's bigger garden outside your house you can walk. There's no parks in Europe.
I know.
This is disgrace.
I remember I've never been so embarrassed. I was working.
Where would you walk like?
I was working in the gym in Newry, and there was an event on. There was a swimming event on, and there was people from everywhere, all over Northern Ireland. People from Lurgan, God bless people from Lurgan, but yeah. There's people from Lurgan there, and they were like, oh, we're looking to go out for a bit of lunch. Where's the nearest park? And I goes, we don't have a park. I've never felt so embarrassed as a person from Newry to turn around and tell someone, we don't have a park.
How many people are in Newry? 332,000?
Yeah, something like that. More maybe.
Maybe more, 35,000. Well, but the good news is the people are fighting for it.
Yeah.
There's a special community. There's a group which is actually wants this park, and hopefully council is gonna cut on or catch on, whatever it is. Say, and we're gonna, because did you see it on there was a presentation somewhere there.
What they want to do with the Albert Basin?
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's gonna be very beneficial for everybody,
Yeah.
like, for children or whatever. That's why I'm talking about the park. When I lived in Carlingford Park, there's a children play park. Have you been in Carlingford Park? No, you don't know what that is.
Carlingford Park, where is that?
Old Wormpole Road.
Yeah.
And then there's a tires place which is closed now because of pandemic.
Oh,
and,
yes.
And then there's left and there's Carlingford Park and Shane O'Neill Park.
Yep.
Davy Halland lives there, ex-consular. I don't know if you know him.
No,
or
I know
not.
Davy.
Yeah, so Davy lives there, right? So I lived in Carlingford Park, and there's internal play park which was there for years, and then it became to be just antisocial behavior, and people are coming, to drinks and laugh and whatever. So one day I took my son for a walk. Daniel, he's 7 now, and he like then get the chalks and draw something on the floor, because even teacher says, let them to do the more movements, whatever, creativity is good. He's creative, so I says, okay, so we get those chalks, and I was walking on that play park, and there was that much glasses busted that you couldn't put your foot in it. I said to myself, that's not going to happen then. So I have rang somebody I knew from Sinn Féin, actually was, and I told I asked who owns that ground. You're a Moran Council. Well, then I says I'm going to do something about that then. So I says to my wife, I'm going to get this park back and running again. And she says, not the fucking chance you're going to do it. Not the chance. So I went to every person I knew in this community, when I lived in there. And the elderly people there, lots of elderly people lived there when I was lived 60, 70, and they show me the photos, how the park look, whatever, it was beautiful, nice, after. And then he says, there's no chance you're going to get it. They says, because for 20 years, nobody got that park. And we had the letters, pickets, whatever, manifestation, whatever we do in protests, letters, sending out papers, whatever. And they didn't get it.
No way.
And was left alone. So I says, no, I don't give up. So I we comment in the paper about that, and I called for a meeting. I called for a meeting, and everybody came for the meeting.
And see, stop you there. How much effort do you reckon this really took out of you to do? Was it a mass? Did you feel like this was a massive effort you were putting in to get this done, or was it very little bit of work?
I knew by my heart I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But the thing was, my wife asked me, "Are you doing that for yourself, for your ego, or are you doing this for children?" And I said to my wife, "No, I'm doing that for children, not for my child only, for all loads of children." And you're gonna see that's gonna happen. So she says, "No, it's not gonna happen." So the people I really knew, they told me, "Dan, you're not from here. You sit back and relax, make your cup of tea. We tried for 20 years. Do you think you're gonna do it? Because you're not gonna do it." Anyway, call for the meeting. Meeting was 1 hour. 1 hour, all councillors, PSNI, whatever, I remember that, all groups, whatever. They were nice, lots of resistance for PSNI. PSNI goes to me, the fella goes to me, says, according to our records, there was only 2 or 3 calls about antisocial behavior in this park. And I says to him, "What did you say?" He says, "I'm going to repeat it to you," he says. "There was only 2 or 3 calls about antisocial behavior in this park." I says to him, "Right, okay. Are you proud of that, officer?" He looks at me, "What do you mean by that?" I says, "Are you proud of what you have said to me?" "I don't understand." I says, "Well, you said to me there was only 2 or 3 calls about antisocial behavior in the play park for children."
Yeah.
I says, "Should be 0. None." "Oh, I got you now."
That's a good point. Yeah.
Make that point, and then we swing, and some councillors say, "I'm cold, I have to go."
Imagine he didn't like that.
No, and there was a fair play. There was Mickey Brady there. He's MLA, and he says he agreed with me. There's antisocial behaviour, and there was antisocial behaviour problem. And after this meeting, we've got 100,000 points for the park refurbishment. It was in the paper, new report. I sent it.
No, I seen it. Yeah.
And then we got additional 80,100. And I have to say, the loads of people was involved with that. Ballincraig community was there involved. People.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Impossible became possible. But that wouldn't happen. Well, I was only the trigger because I got the idea, they understand. But the lots of people was involved with that. There was papers, Brian Highland, from New Reporter, he was involved with that. the Neurododai wasn't that. There was lots of people was involved, and if that community didn't stand up, that would never happen. And see this park now, when we drive, maybe one day you see, there's always children there.
Yeah.
And there's no antisocial behavior much there now. There was at the start a little bit resistant. There also some people didn't like the idea as well. I was called CUNT by some people.
For one to have a park.
Yeah, because they didn't want to. You bring more. Why did you say there's antisocial behavior in Carlingford Park? There never was antisocial behavior in Carlingford Park. But it was fucking 2 weeks ago, was it? So I'm saying, because I got involved in a nice way. I just knew who I supposed to talk to. I knew who I supposed to call for meeting. I knew who's supposed to come. It worked.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. It's very easy. Very easy done. That's why people can do it. They understand.
Yeah, it doesn't take... I don't want to say what you did wasn't brilliant, but it didn't take a lot of effort, as you said. It wasn't... a lot of small parts, created this big movie.
I knew what string I should pull because I am interested. I get involved. I'm aware who does what, and I know what's happening. Do you understand? I didn't know what happened. I heard about the Carlingford Park, but I don't live there anymore, so... I don't have to get involved with that. But of course, if someone rang me and say, "Do you want to help?" If I was there, probably I would be in this family because this is what I like. This is what I like. I like helping people because I know if you help people and then it points back to you, in a nice way. I like that. I like helping people. So I do.
It's all sort of to do then for you about communities.
Communities,
really.
yeah,
just communities, and not so much as more. Even if you tap back to the diversity point we were trying to make throughout. It's not about having a Polish community and an Irish community and all these different communities. It's about having everyone in under the same umbrella and just having a very, diverse community in the end. That's what we're really looking for here.
But that's what we're looking for diverse community, and people work together. And because everybody is unique, as I say, and people are from different countries, different backgrounds, they can pop with the different ideas, do you understand? And those ideas works. These big corporations, whatever, Facebook or Google or whatever, there's lots of foreign nationals working there, different backgrounds, and they pop in with different ideas, and that's why they're getting big. You understand? That's why I give you an example. If you surrounded by the same people all the time, it doesn't work that well. Man. So I would say keep her lit, as they say. Do you understand? Keep her lit, because if you're gonna give up. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm positive that's gonna improve. Hopefully people are gonna get involved. That's why I was doing loads of things, and I will be still pushing. There's loads of things. Spread the diversity and love. This is
that's your message for the podcast.
That's the message for the podcast. Spread the diversity and the love and helping each other. Because and that will be good.
Yeah. No, I think it's definitely. I'm glad you came on, because it's just. People just aren't having enough conversations about a lot of things in obviously the modern world, but this is definitely one of the major ones, and it's to me it seems like as you said earlier, it's such a simple fix.
Very simple.
It's very simple, and it could make a whole lot of people's lives a lot easier. Even I think I shared it with Alina, the article you wrote in her about her story about coming her and
you know Alina, don't you?
Yeah, I know Alina. I worked with Alina and stuff like that. So again, to meet Alina, and I've known Alina now for maybe 2 years, maybe a wee bit more. Fantastic person, but I never realised what she had came through, coming here with no English and stuff like that. Very important things you should, But then again, I would never ask that question of her, but it was just very interesting to see that insight into her life and people that come here. It's very interesting to see that different spin on it.
Yeah, I had a project from zero to hero, which ended. I have about 20 interviews with loads of people from Europe as well. It was all of Helena Young and Gavin Malone and Jerome Mullen, he's a Polish honorary consul, and Tony Smith and Amanda Rafferty and lots of Polish. Dominika was there and Kasia, my friend Jankowski, and lots of different people. Pete McGrath, Pete McGrath, yeah. Yep. Did you see my interview with Pete McGrath? No,
I did, yeah.
Yeah, did you? Yeah. So I met him in the choir, So and everybody's something unique in them, I can see, and that's why I love your podcast, If you put your mind in it, you'll be like London Real. He's starting for mayor of London, Brian Rose. Have you heard about a podcast called London Real?
London Real.
I want you to. This is your homework for tonight, Sean. Google London Real TV, Real. Right? Okay. Brian Walsh, I think his name is, and he started the podcast the same as yourself, And he ended to do the biggest podcast with biggest people, holistic people. Dr. Joe Dispenza, my favorite man, Bruce Lipton, and then fortunately, but I wouldn't say unfortunately, fortunately he went to have 3 or 5 interviews with David Icke.
Okay.
And David Icke is very controversy about him because he was, talking about this, what's going to happen with the pandemic, and he was blocked of any media, whatever.
Cancelled.
London Real, was blocked and kicked out of YouTube, everything.
Really?
So he became his whole platform now, and he stands up as mayor of London. He wants to change something. I don't know what the establishment is. Politics are. I was thinking to stand to election myself as independent.
Really?
Yes, but I'm not going to for 2 reasons. First of all, I don't live in Carlingford Park anymore. I lived in different area, and nobody would vote for me there when I leave.
Okay.
And second of all, my wife doesn't want me to do that. And
why does your wife not want you to do it?
Because she says she doesn't want my face placards on the around
on the posters
around the town, and then she says I'd be tortured. She says, But I would say if I
do think you would make a very good, from just our interactions, I think you'd make a very good, you care. That's what you want from your councillors.
I would stood the ground and I would change things. I would shake the change. I would shake the council a little bit because the need changes. Like Gavin is not enough.
Yeah.
You Gavin, listen to this. Hope you're gonna put this. Gavin Malone is not enough. We need another Gavin Jr.
Yeah.
Which potentially could be me. No, I was thinking, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But go back to the London Real, and he stands as the mayor. I think the voting is in Sunday.
Okay.
And if he is going to be elected, that'll be a big chance for him. But go through his interviews. He had amazing people on his.
And he just got cancelled completely, just gone.
After David Icke, because David Icke talked too much.
That's so interesting.
Truth about pandemic.
And
what's going to happen? And that's exactly what he said. This happened like the vaccination. He was saying that before it happened.
Yeah.
And he was all blocked.
Oh my God.
By hackers, and then he had to meet David Icke. And then he changed tune, and he decided to change something in that way, in politics, which is probably a good way.
Yeah, that is good.
Because at the end of the day, the change is politics, right? But if you're a strong community, man, people can go out and change. There's decision that could be reversed, like There's lots of things I've seen that were reversed by power of the people,
Well, it was interesting what Kevin was telling me last week about politicians. He was saying how it's no coincidence that, you hear rumours of things 24 hours before, and they want to see what the people think. It was like, we might change our, we might let Arlene go here. And then 24 hours later, what do you know happens? The people have all sort of said, I think it's about time, and then they actually go and do it. But if that opinion had come back being outrage or whatever it is, they tend to pull the reins back pretty quickly.
Politics are dodgy, but that's why I'm saying independently, if you go, you can more say, if you I was in political parties before, for 5-6 years, and I know about them, I know how they operate, and I did enjoy it, but there's no voice.
Yeah, you're told what to say.
If you want to raise the voice a little bit, you can't.
Yeah.
But if you're independent, you have more. Maybe the only thing is you're on your own. So this town, or whatever, people needs more, more people with balls, like, or females with balls even, to get, and there's lots of good people in Europe.
No, there is.
There's lots of good people like yourself, and, so I wish you the best at that podcast. And I think, if you're going to see what Brian Walsh done, he was doing the same as yourself. And when he then developed himself in the office, whatever, he does lots of coaching, things, but we can talk about this in after the podcast, but amazing. You're a great man.
No,
I actually love you.
I wish I remember how to say that Polish phrase again. How do I say I love you in Polish?
Oh, come on.
I can't remember.
Well, kocham cię.
Kocham cię.
What was your girlfriend's name?
I was going to say kocham cię Dan.
That's okay. Go.
Kocham cię Dan.
Love you, Sean.
But where was I? I'm flustered now. I'm flustered.
Don't get so excited. I'm married, man.
I guess what time? How long gone? There's an hour. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was a good chat.
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up, Dan. I think the diversity chat we've had is good. It'll be a good starting point for a lot of people. You have your Instagram page as well.
Yeah.
Want to give it a shout? So.
Yeah, but Dan Gebski, and then it's actuaries or Actualize Your Dreams, which is with my wife. With this page, that page is going to develop. There's lots of projects on the way.
Lots of fun stuff coming.
There's a project in my head there, which I can't discuss yet because I have to discuss with
It's a big money deal.
Professionals. I don't know about money, but it definitely is going to spread a lot of love.
Okay, good.
Just the fucking love. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Love and happiness. They be on in this project. It will not be any bullshit. It's gonna be just helping people, love and happiness. This is the way I'm gonna play this.
Do you know what's hilarious, Dan, about sitting having this conversation? If people have never met you before, they would presume, Polish, big, strong man. But to hear you come out with these things of love and positivity, it is genuinely very, very refreshing to hear.
Change, I had aha moments, and those aha moments coming out of me, maybe I wasn't somebody there, Physics doesn't really matter. There's lots of people like The Rock, The Rock.
Oh yeah.
WWE, my son is mad in WWE, right? The Rock, he's a lovely man. Yeah. He's a gentle person.
Yeah.
He had depression. He was up and up talking about him. He, everybody has those moments,
Yeah.
When you get 40, you're going to see this. You have lots of time to do that. Yeah.
Plenty of time, yeah.
Plenty of time to do that.
But, anywhere else we can catch you on? Because I want to stay up to date with all your stuff, so we'll catch you on Instagram.
I don't have a Facebook. Facebook is off for the moment because me and the wife decide that we're going to just go off Facebook completely because it's not beneficial.
No, definitely, I agree.
Bullshit.
I agree. Only that I have this to promote, I probably
Instagram. We're gonna start Twitter, I think, again, and then maybe I'm gonna go YouTube. But at the moment, it's just Instagram, So it's Dan Gebski, and then there's Actualize Your Dreams. Those two pages. So that's it, really. Yeah.
And if people want to get involved with diversity and make an improvement,
ring me. 075 415 15898. I can repeat that. You can ring me. Don't text me. Ring me. 075 415 15898. That's my number.
I can clarify that is his number because you give it to me before we started.
I don't care. The number is on the page anyway. To Actualize Your Dreams. Yeah. You can ring me. You can email me dangemski@yahoo.com. dangemski@yahoo.com. Sorry. You can send me an email and we can work together. Yeah. I have no problem. No problem. And actually, you know what? I'm going to say that again. The future is in young people. Do you understand? Yeah. I like work with you. I have a friend. I have to mention him actually. We have a group of people meeting on Zoom. Actually, it was tonight. I couldn't make it because of this podcast.
Yeah. The truth has come out. You weren't actually busy. You're here.
Right. I knew it was fucking good idea. That's okay. No, but fella called Mark McCormack.
Okay.
He has this Create Great in You. This is company he has, right? And he is doing this coaching for young people in school on resilience or whatever. Mark, I'm just going to tell you big greetings to you because you're a good man. And he does a lot of good things, coaching for children, and he starts from young. And we have this group, a Zoom group every 2 weeks with lads talking, during the pandemic, we're talking about things and they were always subject to talk, And that Mark, he does a lot of good things, I like his job because he starts from the young people.
Yeah.
It starts from the young people because people are absorbing this world, When you send out a child, I have Lucy, my Lucy is, she's 15 months. If you send her out for 1 week and you're gonna shout, for example, out of your garden for 1 week and for 1 hour in front of her, what she's gonna do next week? She'd be shouting for 1 hour because young people are absorbing whatever is. We live in a very dangerous world, but if you have loads of good people around you, we don't. The world, in my eyes, the world is not ended yet because there's a lots of good people here.
Yeah, no doubt.
I believe. It's not easy. Nobody fucking say it's gonna be easy.
No,
but we need people like that. See your podcast. It's the best thing happened to me today and to this world maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Because you spread the good news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And don't bring any bad brutes in it.
I'll try not to. I'll let you can sort me out if I do.
People like controversy, don't get me wrong, or
no,
but depends what you want to build out.
I don't need that. I don't want to talk to people. Everyone that comes on my podcast,
he's famous anyway. The way
not.
He is.
Definitely not. No, but the point is people that come on the podcast and I put the thing out during the week being like, come on, have a chat with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're a dick, I'm not going to talk to you. Do you know what I mean? That way. But anyone that's trying to do good in the world, and anyone that's, you know, trying to improve the world,
Spread the love.
I'm all for it. Yeah, spread the love. Spread the love completely. But I think that's going to do us, Dan.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for the opportunity, of course. And then I hope to see you next time.
Yeah, no, I definitely, everyone that comes on is more than welcome back, apart from that one person. No, am I joking? I'm only joking. If you've enjoyed this episode, guys, please leave a like. Go check out all the stuff Dan's done. Give him a call. He gives you his number. Give us a call if you're interested. And if there's one thing you can do this week, try and make a wee bit of difference and help them people out in your community that need it a wee bit more. As we talked earlier, there's people out there, you know, don't have a speck of English. You could teach them a few phrases. We did it tonight here. I learned a bit of Polish, and it's as easy as that. All it takes is 5 minutes. Do that wee bit extra this week, guys, if you can, and you're listening. And I know I'd really appreciate it. So, Dan, thanks very much for coming on.
You're welcome, brother.
I really, really appreciate it. I will definitely have you back on to talk about mental health as well.
Good.
As we said earlier.
Good point.
And we'll catch everyone else again in the next one. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks very much.